Mark Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. So the final call on this bill. Firstly, I want to acknowledge our Attorney-General. It's quite extraordinary that the process that we actually went through on this bill is most of our hearings were live streamed, so people were actually able to sit at home and watch them. I think the only one that wasn't was the secret evidence of the Director of the SIS, which was appropriate. Everyone else you're able to watch. People at home tonight can watch this debate live, and they can see our Attorney-General and see how quickly he can respond and actually say he's already identified a couple of things that can be folded into the review. I want to reiterate the fact that this bill, as he said, has got a sunset clause. We did move that sunset clause from April 2018 to April 2017, so that was a significant change, which means that we're getting the process started a lot earlier. We've got more reporting, we've wrapped more reporting around it, so now every 6 months there's a requirement for the Director of the SIS to report on the time that it's taken and how many times they actually had to use this warrantless visual surveillance power. We changed the time in terms of actually getting an issue warrant from 48 hours to 24 hours, another significant change, wrapping more control around the use of this power. We've got a much tighter reporting regime, so now the Commissioner of Warrants and the Minister has immediate visibility on it. They have to approve the warrant, but it also now gets forwarded through to the Inspector-General, and as I think the Minister alluded to, the Inspector-General, or actually it might have been Mr Shearer, explained that actually the Inspector-General's got the ability, and her staff, to go down to the offices of the SIS and actually check the files and go through the files and have full visibility on that. So you can't get much more transparent than that in terms of having our Inspector-General have access to SIS files and the work and the operations that they're currently working on. We are responding to the UN Resolution 2178, which means that it is incumbent upon us as a nation to take measures to prevent people or Kiwis leaving New Zealand to go and take up arms and start fighting with groups like ISIS. The Middle East has gone through a radical change. I mean, it's been changing a lot in the last 10 years, and unfortunately the needles seem to move in the wrong direction. But what we're seeing at the moment with ISIS is unprecedented, and it is a genuine, real threat to global security. And we have to be able to respond to that too. And I can tell you right now that terrorist groups out there will be looking to see how we respond. And they will be looking for weaknesses. And if they sense that New Zealand is an easy target, then we'll become an easy target. And I'll tell you one thing, I would rather keep the gate locked and the bull inside the cage than have it open and have the bull come charging out and all of us looking at each other, pointing fingers, saying what went wrong. Our threat level has changed. It's changed from very low to low. It's still low, and that's good, but it means that we do have to respond. And actually it's incumbent upon this Parliament to be able to respond quickly, and that's what we've done. Because that's, as the Attorney-General explained, that's how circumstances led us to what we've done. We've tried to run the best, most robust process that we could. We've given everyone access to the committee that wanted to come and make an oral submission, and Dr Shane Retty made a very good point when he highlighted the amount of submissions that we actually heard. And that was through the dedication and the hard work of the Select Committee, and I want to acknowledge everyone on the committee. I am disappointed with New Zealand First. I want to acknowledge Dr Kennedy Graham, although it was obvious to us all right from the start, and he was straight up and honest and said, look, the Green Party is not going to support this bill. He had some very good lines of questioning. In fact, sometimes I thought that he was a National MP with some of his lines of questioning. But Andrew had a go at mine, so I guess it's only fair. But you know, I have to say, with New Zealand First, I acknowledge Mr Mark's experience and background, but look, I don't know what the briefing that Fletcher gave you, but as Mr Shearer pointed out, it was way off base. There's been some big changes made to this bill, and there's been some great work done in terms of wrapping more reporting around it and making it much tighter in terms of definitions and making sure that it's actually still fit for purpose, that our SIS are still able to respond to a change in threat level. So finally, Mr Speaker, I just want to say that for me, it was actually an honour. I mean, for me it was an honour coming back into the service of my country as a member of our House of Representatives, and although it was a very truncated process, it was a real honour to be part of it and to be working with other members across the House in the spirit of making sure that our national security remains a priority to us all. Thank you.